Howdy Tankers. The North American server of Blitz just recently ended an experiment in which they had +1 -1 matchmaking for all tiers, and they went back to +2 -2 for tiers 5 through 8. And a lot of people have trouble with that when they are playing the low tier tank, so I thought I would show some battles in which I play a tank that's 2 tiers lower than the highest tier tank in the battle. In this one I'm playing a Leopard light tank, very fragile. There's some tier 7 tanks out there. I want to be super careful, so I'm letting my teammates move ahead. In some battles I might scout in the low tier tank, but I'm not doing that here. Moving up, and good idea to count tanks in a game like this. We have 1 enemy spotted, 2 enemies spotted, 3 enemies spotted. Put some shots into the side here, don't do a whole lot of damage. So we have several enemy tanks spotted on the left. I'm moving ahead thinking to try to spot the rest of the team or do a flank, but as it turns out I find the rest of the team. I managed to get a very lucky bounce there, and I back off very quickly. Now the whole enemy team, or pretty much all the enemy team, is spotted. That's the last one. He was firing, I think, HE at me. Didn't do too well. I unload a magazine into him, and I encounter a tier 5 medium tank, a T-34, and I'm going to have a duel with this guy. So he's missed me. I've unloaded a magazine into him. He's hitting me. I'm trying to jink around, move around as much as I can. I don't have the armor to cause this gun to miss, but I've reloaded, put another magazine into him, trying to jink around while I reload, and take him out. That took away most of my hit points. And thinking about which side of this I want to come in on, I move around to the right side. Find the enemy tank. He does not have quite the gun depression to come down here. I unload a magazine into him. Most of those penetrate. And try to get into the side of his turret. Don't quite manage that. Pull back in time. Decide he's not a good candidate for me to attack at this point since he's quite aware of where I am. So I decide to move around to this side. My team has been doing reasonably well here. And there he is. And once I have the gun depression, I can auto-load into him, and he's dead. Now there's 1 enemy tank left. And I'm thinking about where he probably is. I think he's probably on the left, which is where it's going to turn out he is. So I start moving out that way to look for him. He gets spotted, and he is engaged with a friendly tank, which is good. He's a lot stronger than me. But I can unload a magazine to his side, which mostly penetrates. Pull back and away, start trying to move around to his other side, and he's dead. Nothing fancy there. That was a second-class medal. The team generally performed well, but if you look at the numbers, I did, toward the top end of damage. Got a bunch of spots and was able to contribute significantly as a tier 5 tank in a game with tier 7 tanks. Here I'm in the VK 30.02M. I'm platooning with Dad Needs a Drink. I'm in a slowish medium rushing the hill, and so it's going to take a while to get up there, but I want to support my team as much as possible. Fortunately, we have generally a medium rush. I get a shot in as I go past, and then I want to move forward to where it's going to be hard for multiple tanks to shoot me, and we have a T1 Heavy that has decided to advance and focus in on me. I turn around. I want to use as much of my frontal armor as I can. Get a shot into him with my good penetration. and then a friendly tank takes him out. Awesome, good teamwork. Now I'm going to move up here. This tank has decent gun depression sideways, but not to the front. So I'm putting shots into this T-29. He pulls back just in time to make that difficult. I fire at the KV-2. Switch back to AP. And the enemy has done a strong flanking maneuver around the side. And once again, I'm very aware that I have a Tier 6 tank in a battle with Tier 8 tanks, so I'm going to be very careful. Get just enough gun depression to shoot into his turret. Get a shot into the Pershing. And the enemy tanks are backed off a little bit, but I can get one into this Panther. And then peek just far enough to get one to his rear deck and take him out. Okay, that's all but one enemy tank. I believe it's a KV-2. Dad Needs a Drink is engaged with him right now. And I can move up and help with that. Get a shot in, and he's dead. Another second-class medal, solid damage, good contribution to the team. One of the nice things about high-tier battles is that you get extra XP for hitting higher-tier tanks. So overall, you get more XP if you do well in a high-tier battle than in a low-tier battle. Here I'm in the VK2801. I've called for a big push to the right, and they're following me. I'm in a Tier 6 tank against Tier 8 tanks. Need to be super careful. Here's another VK that I have pushed up and spotted, and I'm pulling back, trying to avoid getting hit. So I fired and was then behind cover before anyone could be in position to shoot at me. Here is a T-44. I'm going to have to switch to APCR to penetrate his frontal armor. But once again, I shot him while I was unspotted because I had allowed my camo to reset behind this hill. I do a dumb shot into the hill there. Switch to AP. This guy's YOLOing forward, but he was a one-shot, so I take him right out. And I'm going to just try to play this hill as best I can, shooting high-tier tanks, high-value targets. Put one into the side of that Tiger P with regular AP ammo. No way I can do that through the front. He's looking at me, but I was able to pull back before he could aim in and shoot at me. And he's now pointed directly at me. I'm being not as careful as I really should be, and I take a big shot here. That was definitely a mistake. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to pull back to the other side and see if there are shots that way. And I get a shot in over there. What will often happen in these situations is if you move to the other side for a while and look for shots, see what you can do. Doesn't look like I've got any shots, so I'm going to pull forward in a moment. That Tiger P was sitting there looking at me, but he's not going to do that for a long period of time. If I've disappeared, he's going to pay attention to other targets. And he's turned away from me again. I can get a shot into his side. I'm sure he's finding me very annoying at this point. Pulling back, trying to reset my camo. Being a little predictable here, and he's looking at me, but he did not get a shot on me. He is pulling back, so I don't get a shot there, but there's an enemy tank. I just need to spot him. There we have a KV-3. Busy with other stuff, not paying attention to me. And I've just taken him out. Tier 7 tank killed with a Tier 5 tank. That Tiger P has just bounced a shot off of me. And then I pull forward, aim in on his side armor. Great aim time on this tank, and great accuracy. Another second-class medal, good damage, and top XP because I got a bunch of spotting damage as well, which you get lots of credit for. So, those are some things you can do as the low-tier tank. Hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe.